In this video, we're going to be talking about how to use the Woofie's app when you are out doing dog walks or at visits. So just to review, when you are out at visits, you're going to want to be on the My Schedule page, which is below scheduling, and then you'll select My Schedule. And then you'll want to make sure that when you're actually out there doing dog walks, you'll want to be on your one-day view. So you can see here there's 3 visits on our schedule today, and it's pretty obvious how you're gonna arrive and complete. We try to make things easy for you. There are 3 buttons here: arrived, complete, note to office. Just to clarify, this note to office is a button that will always be there. You can submit as many notes to office as you need to. So let's say you have a question about a visit, you can submit a note to the office before you've even gotten to the visit. If you're at a visit and you need to add a note to the account, you can add a note to office, and then same thing for if you've already completed the visit, you're able to add a note to office. So that button will stay with you throughout the changes that you're going to make to a visit. So it's just important to know as many times as you need to use this, you can. So when you first get to a visit, you're obviously going to get there, you're going to park, you're going to go inside and lock the door behind you. Once you've walked into the home and locked the door behind you, you're going to select this blue Arrived button. The system will prompt you to select OK, and this is just to prevent you from accidentally pocket arriving or selecting the wrong visit. So it just has you confirm that you are in fact arrived at the correct appointment, so you just say OK. And what you'll see is that the visit will turn blue, and that just means that the visit is now in progress. You can see that the arrival time has started, so you arrived at 1:28 p.m. and you've been there now for however many seconds, and the timer will track how long you've been there. There's also a geotag that will track the location that you are in when you arrive, so make sure that you are in fact at the client's home when you arrive, because both the back office and the clients will be able to see this information. And again, just to know, when you do arrive, it is going to be visible to the back office, so they'll always know, where you are in your day and be able to keep up with that. So when it turns blue for everybody. So while you're at the visit, walking the dog, feeding the dog, whatever it is that needs to be done during the visit, you're gonna be in blue. Once you've completed the visit, what's important is that you are about to walk out the door, select complete. Again, it's gonna have you accept that you are in fact completed, and then you will lock the door behind you, and the visit is now complete. Now, what I will tell you is you want to make sure that you are staying for at least the amount of time that the client is paying for. So you always want to at least be there for 15 minutes if it's a 15-minute visit. This is stuff that your trainer will go over with you in Woofie's Way training, but do know that you will be able to track how long you've been there, so it does make it easy. You don't have to try to remember what time you arrived. The system tracks it for you. So what you'll notice now is that this visit has turned gray. That means that the visit is complete. What you can now do is add a journal. This is a pet care journal that is going to go to the client. So when you go to add a new pet care journal, I always recommend including a journal title. So you're able to add a title to your journal, and you can be as creative as you'd like to be. Your arrival and departure time will auto-populate. Do not attempt to change this. It will, the system will notify everybody, so just make sure that the times are what they were when you arrived and complete. Those should auto-populate, so no need to adjust those. We do recommend adding photos. Clients love to get pictures, so if you could add a photo, and it'll pull straight from your phone, so you can just choose File and it'll pull up your library. And then you can say, what Jake did. If there was medication given, if there were meals given, and if there are any other actions. So, if you gave him some fresh water, or there was a package on the front door, you can select that as well. Then there's a sitter notes to client field, where we recommend that you add any notes from the visit. It's always good to kind of put some TLC in there. Clients like to get nice notes about their pups. You know, they're at work or they're out of town. They want to, you know, get a nice little update and know that their baby's being taken care of. So you can always add a nice note, and we definitely recommend doing so. And always sign your name, just so the client knows. And what you can then do is save and email the client. There's also a save as draft option. So maybe you took a cute picture and you wanted to load it to the journal before you're finished with the visit. You can save as draft. I recommend just waiting until the visit is over and you're out in your car to save and email the client. So now what you can see is that the journal's been added. So your pet care journal will show up right here, and you'll be able to tell that the client has read them or not depending on what color this journal turns. So when it's blue, it means that it's been unread, but when that journal turns white, it means that the client has read it. So typically if there's a picture, that'll show up here, and you can see all the information here about what happened during the visit. There's a map of the geotag of where you were, and then there's a note. And the sitters or the clients are able to comment back and forth, so they can add comments to your journal, and you can comment back to them, which is really, really great. And we definitely recommend and encourage you to have those conversations with clients and keep them engaged, keep them happy. So this is how you would pull up a journal to view it, and then you can go back to your schedule. And again, I just want to call out this note to office. Again, if you needed to update the office about anything, maybe his routine has changed slightly, or you just have a comment about the visit, you can add this note to office, and it'll just give you a blank field, and that note will then be submitted to the back office. It's important to kind of understand the difference between the journal and the note to office. Just make sure you're always sending internal communications to note to office, and external, meaning to clients, are always going to be through your journal. So you just want to make sure you're adjusting your communication style if it needs to be, so that when you're communicating with clients, we're always being positive and providing the correct information. Again, the goal of your schedule is to have everything turned gray by the end of the day, and we want to make sure we're arriving and completing appropriately, and if you ever have any issues, to reach out straight to your back office.